This episode of the Good Living Now podcast is sponsored by our friends at Kuvings. Now, I've tried many cold pressed juices over the years, but the Kuvings Auto10 has truly simplified my routine. Now, my personal experience is that it's simple to operate and quick to clean. Now, with the Auto10, I can make everything from nice cream to morning smoothies to sorbets, and I can even make plant-based milk. Now, if you'd like to give it a try, use my affiliate code JUICEGUY at checkout to save 10% on Kuvings. All right, go ahead, grab your fresh produce and get your juice on. So it's almost that time again. Now you wonder, time for what? It's almost time for the 10-day green juice weight loss challenge. That's right, we're doing it again October 10th. And that's right, you heard me right. I said we. That means me and you are going to be just drinking green juices for 10 days. Well, not just green juices. We're also going to have water and herbal tea during those 10 days. Now, who is this challenge for? It's actually for everyone. Now, even if you're just starting your healthy journey or you're just wanting to do a reset, this is the challenge for you. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, I want to get healthy, but I don't know where to start. This is how you start. And this 10-day green juice weight challenge is a simple way just to get started. Now, and here's the thing, you ain't got to even do anything. I've done all the work for you. I'm going to provide you with the recipes. I'm going to provide you with step-by-step what your day should look like. So all you got to do is execute it. So you're going to have all the information, and all we got to do is do it, right? So we're going to do it together. And so for the 10-day green juice weight loss challenge, again, it's just nothing but juice, water, and herbal teas for 10 days. And so during those 10 days, your digestive system is going to get a rest. So the energy that the body would use to digest all that food that we eat, it's going to use that to create healing in your body. So the recipes that I provide are just suggestions. You can mix them, you can modify them to your liking. So if there are things in those recipes that you don't like mint, you can swap out for parsley or cilantro. So you're not stuck to just those 10 recipes. And during the challenge, you can decide if you want to just use one recipe for the whole 10 days or you want to mix them up. It's really all up to you. So there's no strict requirements. And the cool thing about the juices that are in the recipes that I'm providing you, the first 7 are all low glycemic. So if you're worried about your blood sugar, use those first 7 recipes. And the last 3, they have pineapple in them. So those are not low glycemic. So if you're worried about your blood sugar, use the first 7 recipes that are provided in the list. And so one of the things I always say, everything we put in our mouth is either fighting disease or feeding it. Well, during these 10 days, we're going to be fighting disease. Now, here's the cool thing about this juice cleanse is that fruits, well, these help to cleanse our body. They help to cleanse our system. They're going to clean you all the way out. You know, they say most people have between 5 to 15 pounds of unprocessed foods in their colon. Well, you ain't gonna have that after we do these 10 days of juice cleansing. And then we know that vegetables and herbs help to replenish and restore our cells. So it's all good. So we're just gonna be giving our body all of the nutrients that it needs so that we can thrive. Go. Now here's a hack for the juice cleanse. One of the places I get most of my produce from is from the farmers market. I find they have the best prices as well as the international markets because I hear a lot of people say that, oh, it's so expensive to juice or to eat healthy. But you know what's expensive? Being sick. That's real expensive. Try being sick. So I want to encourage you, if price or cost is a factor, if you have a international market or farmers market, check them out. And you're going to notice a huge price difference there. But first, let's start to cleanse our produce. Now, here's the thing. Even if you're juicing all organic, you still want to make sure you're cleaning it because unless you're growing it yourself, you don't know where that stuff has been. So we're going to clean our produce first. Now, what I do is I put all of my produce in the sink. Now, some people don't like to put their Your produce in the sink. I see the comments. Y'all be talking about me putting my stuff in the sink, but my sink is clean. But you can also use a bowl. So if you like to use a bowl, go ahead and put your produce in a bowl. But you put it all in there. And then I use this plant-based fruit and veggie cleaner, and I just soak that onto my produce. Now you don't have to use this. You can use what you already have in your kitchen. If you got baking soda or vinegar, you can use that, and that'll work just fine. And you want to let it sit for about 15 minutes to make sure you get all those pesticides on and make sure everything is clean. Now with the celery, you want to break that off so you can get it in between all of the crevices so you can get all that dirt off of the celery. I learned that. So I'm going to make two different juice recipes, one with just celery and green apples, and then the other one is my mean green juice. That's one of my favorite. It has parsley, cucumber, mint leaves, green apples, ginger, and lemon. That's my favorite. First recipe I'm going to do is real simple. It's just celery and green apples. Now I know a lot of people don't really like the taste of celery, but when you add green apples, you know what we're going to also add? We're going to add a little bit of ginger. And we're going to add a lemon. And you know, just recently I was speaking at a health and wellness event, and I met a young lady who had had a stroke 4 years ago, and her son had saw a video somewhere that talked about celery juice and how important it was for folks who had high blood pressure. It helps to lower the blood pressure. And she started doing that, and as well as she started doing beets as well. And she said her blood pressure has been normal ever since. But what she does is the time she would normally take her blood pressure medication, she'll either have celery juice or a beet juice. And she said it has helped to normalize her blood pressure. So it's good stuff. Now it don't taste good. Well, at least it doesn't taste good to me. You got to be kind of gangster just to drink straight celery juice. Got that all prepped, and so now it's time to juice. So during the juice cleanse, people always ask me, how much juice should you be drinking? What time of day? And here's the thing. You drink as much juice as you want, and most that you consume is really based upon, how active you are. If you're real active, you're going to need more juice, as well as your body size. But drink as much juice as you want. Don't limit yourself because it's all good. And so the recipes that I provided, they vary in terms of the amount of juice yield they will give you. Most of the recipes are going to yield you between 16 to 18 ounces of juice. And here's the thing, if you have a masticating juicer like this one, your juices will last up to 3 days. But if you have a centrifugal juicer, your juices will last up to 1 day. Now that doesn't mean that the juices are going to be bad. That just means after that time, they won't have much nutritional value. Now typically during a juice fast, you want to start out with some warm water and lemon, and you can even throw in some cayenne pepper. And then start the rest of your day with some green juice. And you can drink as much juice during the juice challenge as you want. But most people, again, drink between 72 and 96 ounces a day. And what I'm doing is batch juice, and so I'm batching enough juice for the whole day. So that's celery, green apples, lemon, and ginger. Now I'm going to do my favorite mean green juice. Now to prepare for a juice cleanse or fast, I always recommend that 2 weeks before you start, that you cut out any processed foods, start to lower your sugar intake, your caffeine intake, because that's going to help you avoid, potential side effects from doing the juice cleanse. The first couple of days of a juice fast or cleanse, some people can feel nauseous or they may have headaches. But that goes away normally after day 2 or 3. So don't panic if you start to feel those symptoms. Those are really just symptoms that your body is detoxifying. Just ask me, how much weight can I expect to lose? Now, most people lose between 7 to 12 pounds during the 10 days. And we had one person last time, she lost 21 pounds, but that's not normal. Most people, it's been between 7 to 12 pounds. Let's talk about working out. Should you still work out during the juice cleanse? Yeah. Absolutely. But the thing you want to avoid is doing any heavy lifting because we're not going to be taking in a lot of calories. So you won't have the energy you need to do any heavy lifting, but you still want to do your resistance training, you still want to walk, and any other exercise routine that you want to do, go ahead and do that. But just don't do any heavy weight training because you're not consuming enough calories. Now look at all that green goodness, all that vitality in the bottle. So this is 100 ounces of juice. So that's more than enough juice for one day. So now we have our juices. So the way our day is gonna go, we're gonna start off with warm water and lemon, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and then you can drink as much water as you want and as much juice as you want. All right, now, October 10th, we're starting the 10-day green juice challenge. It's time to get your juice on.